Oh, man. You know when a voice just, it gets you. Like, it cuts through everything, all the noise, all the manufactured stuff, and just hits you right here. That's Tala Diwata for me, every single time. Her music isn't just, like, notes and words. It feels like she's singing the parts of your own story you didn't even know how to write down. Makes you feel so seen.
Yeah, I totally get that.
I remember the first time I heard Dear Marie, I was just driving, totally lost in my head, you know?
Yeah.
And that album just kind of wrapped around me. Felt like she was laying out these truths I hadn't even found the words for yet. Not just a song, like it was a mirror.
Wow, a mirror, yeah.
And that raw, like completely unapologetic honesty, that's her superpower.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's a really insightful way to put it. And, you know, that feeling, it's not just you. Her rise has been, well, kind of phenomenal, right?
Totally.
Think about it. She gets discovered on a live stream, just raw talent cutting through all that digital static and evolves into this global voice. It says so much about what people are actually craving right now, authenticity, like a real human experience.
Yes, we need that.
She represents this huge cultural shift where artists aren't just, you know, selling tracks. They're sharing stories that resonate, like, really deeply, stories that feel true.
True, exactly.
And what she's doing, especially with a label like 11SIX Music backing her, giving her that platform, it's more than just art. It feels like a genuine cultural moment.
It really, really is. And speaking of narratives, remember who used to break down DLB stuff?
Oh, yeah. The grit.
Right. His stories were like these intense street-level maps, you know, all inked with scars and the hustle, the survival. He carried that weight, that raw, like, visceral pain.
Definitely. You felt it.
But Tala Diwata, she doesn't just, like, answer him. It feels like she completes the sentence.
Ooh, I like that. Completes the sentence.
Yeah. She kind of uncovers what got left behind in those harder themes, fills in the emotional gaps, you know, the quiet after the storm, the silent moments after the fight.
The aftermath.
Exactly. So, okay, let's unpack this. We're stepping into the incredibly intimate world of Tala Diwata's newest album, Sincerely, Lianna.
All right. Let's do it. This is going to be deep. Our journey today, it's a dive into an album that everyone's calling her most personal project yet.
For real.
Imagine, like, a box of unsent letters. All those thoughts you hold super deep inside, the stuff you never actually say out loud. And the stories she kind of had to tell herself first, like, they only took shape after she processed them inside. That's what this album feels like.
Yeah, the internal work made external.
Exactly. And the core themes here, they're stark, yeah, but also kind of beautiful in their own way. Heartbreak, obviously, but also letting go that messy, definitely not straight line process.
Oh, the messies.
Rediscovering self-worth, that quiet exploration of feminine grief, what that actually feels like. But like woven through every single track, there's this current of finding strength in the vulnerability.
Always. That's her thing.
And the mood.
Yeah.
It's not loud. It's not angry shouting. It's quiet, raw, completely unfiltered. It's definitely sad but soft. You know? This isn't the album you blast pretending you're over it.
No way.
This is for those nights staring at a ceiling, when you're done pretending, when you just need to feel seen in your pain. Just let it. Breathe.
Exactly. Permission to feel.
And for anyone who might not know, Tala Diwata, her full name is Lianna Marie Santos de la Cruz. She's from Batangas City in the Philippines.
Representing.
Her whole journey, right? From that remote island discovery on a live stream to being the flagship artist, the first signing for 11SIX Music. That's a story itself.
It really is. Inspiring.
We've seen her grow through Fading Stars, Shine on Me, Dear Marie, but Sincerely, Lianna, this just hits different, it feels like she's coming home to herself.
Yeah. It feels like the culmination, but also a new beginning somehow. It's definitely her most exposed work. A huge statement from someone who already poured so much of herself out there.
It's an invitation, really, to understand her more deeply and maybe, you know, understand ourselves a bit better, too, I lay. The voice of unfiltered truth, setting the album's tone.
Okay, let's dive right in. Track 1, Sincerely. This isn't just an intro, right?
Yeah.
It feels like a manifesto.
Absolutely. A declaration.
She says, I'm not editing myself for anybody. Not for the versions of me that had to break just to breathe.
Wow. That line alone just, it hits so hard.
It really does.
It's so defiant, isn't it? Like rejecting all those past constraints. What do you think allows an artist to come out swinging like that right at the start after maybe years of having to, you know, self-edit or conform?
It feels like more than just a declaration. It's A profound reclamation of self,
Yeah.
When she says, "I'm done whispering," that feels huge. Whispering implies being suppressed,
Totally.
maybe by past relationships, maybe society, maybe even just her own internal critic telling her to, like, soften her truth.
Right. Make it palatable.
Exactly. So by refusing to whisper, she's not just finding her voice, she's actively grabbing control of her story, her pain, her healing journey. It's pure defiance against anything that tried to shut her down.
Yeah. And it feels earned. And what feels really revolutionary is how she doesn't just say she's giving pain space, the actual sound of sincerely, it does it too. It's sparse, almost breathless, right?
That's very minimal.
That delicate echoing piano, those ambient synths, they sonically create that empty kind of sacred space for the pain to just exist.
It's not just lyrics, it's the whole atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a sensory thing, radical self-acceptance in sound, and this unfiltered approach. That's exactly why 11SIX music, and especially hustle harmonics with DLB steering things, why they gravitated towards her.
Makes perfect sense.
Their whole thing is authentic storytelling. They believe the rawest art comes from those deep, unvarnished human experiences.
And what's so fascinating, like you said, is that it's not about closure.
Right.
It's about giving the pain space to exist without needing to fix it.
Yeah.
It feels so unconventional, but so powerful.
It really is.
We're always told, get over it, move on, find that neat little closure bow. But what if the healthiest thing is just to acknowledge the pain, let it breathe, understand it's part of your story, not something to just throw away.
Integrate, don't discard.
Yeah. As someone who's definitely wrestled with, like, burying emotions, that idea of giving pain space,
Yeah.
it feels genuinely revolutionary for just mental well-being.
Yeah, it really
It's like you can't heal what you don't look at, right?
Yeah.
And this album feels like an antidote to letting things fester inside.
Totally. From a psychological perspective, bottling things up, it's usually a defense mechanism, sure, but it almost always leads to this internal pressure cooker.
Right. It explodes eventually.
Implodes. Anxiety, depression, even physical stuff. So giving emotions, even the really agonizing ones, space to just be is a form of radical self-acceptance. It's active processing, not just pushing down.
Active processing. I like that.
And this commitment to being unfiltered. It fits perfectly with Daniel Bates's whole vision for 11SIX. He and the Hustle Harmonics crew, they built this label on the idea that real art comes from real experiences, shown raw and true.
Trusting the artist's truth.
Exactly. They trust the artist's truth, no matter how messy or uncomfortable it might look from the outside.
Okay, let's move to track 2. Letters Never Sent. The concept alone is just devastatingly relatable.
So many of us have been there.
Pouring your absolute soul onto the page, agonizing over every word, and then just never sending it. Heart stayed in drafts you never deserved.
Ouch.
Oh, that line.
Brutal.
It's a whole different kind of pain, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also like a hidden strength, maybe, that so many of us can connect with.
It really speaks to the sheer emotional labor of unexpressed feelings.
Yeah. You put so much of yourself, your energy, your thoughts into these words, and they just stay internal.
And that line, truth don't beg, it just learns its place. That's so insightful.
It really is.
It feels like a shift, right? From desperately needing validation or explanation from someone else to this internal self-aware understanding.
Like the truth exists whether they acknowledge it or not.
Exactly. Once you really internalize it, it doesn't need proof. It doesn't need pleading. It just is. Its power is in its quiet conviction within you.
And then she sings, "Peace came when I stopped writing you down." That's the real turning point, isn't it?
Yes. That's the liberation.
It's not just about the letters not being sent. It's stopping the act of writing them for that person. It's about cutting that emotional cord consciously. We've all done it, right? Agonizing over texts, drafts, replaying conversations in our heads. The sheer freedom of just letting it go. Realizing those words were never really for them anyway. They were for you.
For your own processing.
Exactly. This is a huge internal decision to move on. Instead of waiting for someone else to acknowledge your pain, you become the one in charge of your own peace.
Precisely. It charts that clear journey from seeking external validation to finding internal peace. The inner transformation is huge. You shift from hoping for a reply or even just wanting to be heard by them to realizing that the act of releasing those words, even just for yourself, that's where the healing actually starts.
Yeah. It's self-care.
Totally.
Yeah.
A powerful act of self-care and self-preservation. You take back the narrative from the other person and make it entirely about your own emotional process, your own path forward, to navigating the labyrinth of love and loss.
Okay, let's wade into track 3, Must Be Love, But Not Enough. This one is just brutal because it highlights that paradox so many of us know too well.
The painful kind.
How can love still hurt so much, even when you genuinely feel like you gave everything? Gave you my peace, but you called it tough.
Oh.
I broke while you chased your dreams. That's the absolute definition of a one-sided, self-sacrificing, and honestly toxic relationship that just leaves you empty.
It really exposes how insidious those imbalanced relationships can be.
Deadly insidious.
The person giving everything, they often lose themselves completely, clinging to this idea that their sacrifice proves their love, when really it's just depleting their soul.
Yeah, draining you dry.
And that line, gave you my peace, but you called it tough. It suggests they just dismissed or maybe deliberately misunderstood her emotional state.
Right, like her stability was an inconvenience to him.
Exactly. What she offered as, like, quiet strength, maybe he saw it as a challenge. Or even a burden to his own ambitions.
And the absolute kicker, love ain't supposed to leave you feeling like you're never found.
That's the core realization right there.
It's such a profound insight about self-worth within a relationship. So often we get lost trying to be what someone else needs, especially when you're younger or maybe you've been hurt before and you're just desperately trying to hold it together.
Yeah, you contort yourself.
You forget that real love should make you feel more yourself, not less. The person should find you, see you, not make you feel like you're constantly searching for yourself in their eyes. You know, the psychology of attachment, it tells us we can fall into these codependent or anxious patterns when our needs aren't met. We cling to the idea of love, even when it's actually harming us.
Right. Even when it's depleting you.
This song just captures that struggle, recognizing when love is actually draining you, not lifting you up.
It absolutely does. And zooming out a bit, it really unpacks those subtle power dynamics in relationships.
The control aspect.
Yeah. One person's ambition or just intense self-focus can sometimes accidentally, but often pretty deliberately, just damage the other person.
Yeah. Collateral damage.
The idea that she broke while you chased your dreams isn't just about feelings getting hurt. It implies, like, a total disregard for her well-being while he prioritized himself.
Not healthy.
Not at all. And her realizing that is crucial, even though it's painful. It's that step towards understanding what a real, reciprocal, nourishing connection actually looks like.
It's that moment you stop blaming yourself for their choices.
Exactly. And start setting boundaries for your own survival, your own peace.
Okay, now let's talk red light love. The imagery alone,
Yeah.
red light love, it just screams forbidden, right? Ill-advised hookup.
Danger zone.
One last lie, make it taste like trust. That line is so potent. It just nails that desperate craving for a familiar connection, even when your brain knows it's broken or bad for you. It's that raw human need for comfort, just completely overriding logic.
It dives right into that classic human conflict, doesn't it? The battle between knowing something's wrong and that visceral, almost magnetic pull of leftover desire.
Yeah, the body remembers.
Exactly. When she sings, "My body got memories," and your name in the melodies, it's not just emotional, it's physical. That deep muscle memory of intimacy, the body remembers even when your mind is screaming, "Move on." This track really explores how past connections just haunt you, influence you, even against your better judgment.
And that line, "Don't promise me the morning, I just want the now." Whew, that's devastating.
It really is.
It reveals so much about her emotional state right then, doesn't it? It's not about rebuilding, not about a future, not even trying to fix anything.
No hope there. Just need.
It's about a desperate, fleeting need for immediate connection, that immediate hit, even if it's totally temporary and unsustainable. It's acknowledging, like, I know this isn't healthy long term, but right now the longing is just too much.
It's that psychological push-pull, right? Old connections, how hard it is to totally cut ties, especially when those feelings or physical memories are still so strong.
We've all been tempted by that late-night text.
Oh, yeah.
That familiar touch, knowing it's a dead end, but craving that immediate warmth.
It's a raw confession of vulnerability, a stark recognition that it's purely temporary. It strips away any pretense of a future and focuses only on that immediate, almost primal desire for relief or familiarity.
A Band-Aid.
Totally. A momentary escape, not a lasting cure.
Okay, so from that fleeting desperation, we get a totally different vibe with Even in the Dark, Kahit Sadulem, featuring Nico Vela.
Yeah.
This song is just beautiful.
It really is lovely.
Talks about a connection that exists without a label, no promises, just feeling. In a world obsessed with defining everything, that feels incredibly refreshing, honest, almost radical.
And what's really fascinating here is how Tala deliberately weaves in Taglish.
Yeah, like
Phrases like kahit sa dilim even in the dark and alon hangin waves of wind. For Tala, being Filipina from Batangas City, mixing her language in adds this incredible layer of intimacy and authenticity.
It feels so personal.
Yeah, it's like a blend that resonates deep with her roots.
Right.
It allows for this nuanced emotion that maybe English alone can't quite capture, like a secret language shared between them or between her and her community.
Yeah.
Deepens the connection.
And the dynamic between Tala and Nico Vela, their voices just melt together. It's not a loud, showy duet. It's quiet, deep, this almost unspoken understanding that conveys so much feeling, even in ambiguity.
Their harmonies overlap, almost like whispers.
That's right.
Creates this gentle counterpoint, enhances that quiet intimacy.
Yeah. And Nico Vela, he's part of that Melodic Lova collective at 11SIX, right?
Yeah, the R&B soul group. He brings that sensitive, soulful vibe that just complements Tala's voice perfectly.
It's not just a feature tacked on.
No, it feels essential. It shows that collaborative spirit Daniel Bates fosters at 11SIX, how different voices can come together to make something richer, more textured, expands the emotional palette.
It really does. The role of features like Nico isn't just adding another name, right? It's about showing artistic range, reaching different audiences.
Exactly. Daniel Bates and 11SIX, they've built this ecosystem where artists like Tala can easily collaborate with others on the label, creating these rich soundscapes.
And Hustle Harmonics, the production team, they nail that spacious, resonant mix.
Oh, yeah. You can hear their signature touch, how Nico's vocal is layered with Tala's, letting both voices breathe and express. It connects with diverse listeners, especially those who appreciate that cultural blend and the power of quiet collaboration.
Okay, sharp pivot now to No Attachments. This persona is like a 180 from the vulnerability we just heard.
Whiplash.
Totally. She says, I'm not in love, I'm in control. No attachments, just attention. It's a powerful stance, sure, but it also makes you wonder.
Is it re-liberation or a defense?
Exactly. Is it genuine, hard-won freedom, or this carefully built wall because she's been hurt so badly? I never promised you more. You just wanted to believe. That line feels cold, but undeniably real for some people.
It's a classic psychological defense mechanism, right? Often built after serious hurt or betrayal.
And protect yourself.
When you've been burned by really investing emotionally, the easiest, quickest way to protect yourself is to put up a massive wall. Control the story by refusing to engage past the surface.
So the motivation isn't true freedom.
Probably not in the sense of, like, open, healthy emotional freedom. It's more strategic guardedness. It's about stopping potential pain before it starts by making sure nobody gets close enough to inflict it.
Yeah.
And the production mirrors that crisp, almost detached beat, emotional distance in sound.
It's fascinating how this track contrasts so much with others on the album that are all about deep longing and vulnerability.
Yeah, the duality.
Like, how do these conflicting parts exist in one person? It's messy, it's human. We've all put up that front, right? Acted too cool to care when deep down we're still reeling.
Totally. Psychologically, avoiding attachment like this is a common response to trauma. Past experiences shape our present dating patterns, making us cling too tight or push away too hard.
It's a coping strategy.
Yeah, but it can also become a self-fulfilling prophecy, accidentally preventing the very connection you might secretly want. It shows all the layers of protection we build around our hearts.
And the fact that these conflicting narratives coexist, it just shows how complex healing is.
Yeah.
It's not a straight line.
Exactly. Healing is often this dance between raw vulnerability and strategic self-protection. The no attachments persona is a coping mechanism, a temporary shield.
A survival mode.
Right. It shows that even on the path to self-worth and health, there are moments of regression, or times the pain is so overwhelming that the only way to cope seems to be shutting down and detaching for a bit. It reflects internal conflict, not necessarily who she is permanently. 3. The echoes of past loves and lingering presences.
Okay, let's talk about the ghosts, the lingering presences, specifically Still in Me and You Still Think of Me.
Ah, yes. The haunting tracks.
In Still in Me, she sings, she holds your hand like I used to. You're not mine, but you're still in me. That feeling of a past love still being deep inside you, even when they've moved on, even when you don't actively want them back, It's so raw.
It really is.
It's just some love don't ever watch away. That's just the truth for so many people. That subtle, constant ache.
It speaks to that idea of emotional residue, the deep psychological footprint that significant relationships leave on us. It's like an indelible mark.
Yeah, you can't just erase it.
It's not necessarily about still being in love or wanting them back. It's recognizing that they fundamentally changed you. That ache is a memory, part of your history, that doesn't just vanish.
It's about integrating the past.
Right. Acknowledging its influence without letting it consume you. It's a testament to how deep human connections can be, even when they're over.
And then in You Still Think of Me, she flips it. It's not about her feeling the ghost. It's her absolute certainty that he hasn't really moved on.
Yeah, the confidence in that track is something else.
She ain't me. I'm in too deep. What does that say about the power dynamics, the emotional imprint left by that original connection? It feels like she knows she was foundational for him, and that's a kind of power she holds, even if she's moved on herself.
It speaks to that deep psychological imprint of a truly impactful connection. She gets what's often called limerence, that intense, almost obsessive initial attachment that leaves a lasting footprint.
She left that footprint.
She knows she did. It's not arrogance. It feels like sharp observation of human nature, a knowing recognition of her unique significance in his life.
Like he can be with someone else,
But she knows the depth of what they had, what she represented. And even if he denies it, she occupies this unique, persistent space in his mind. It implies some connections are so profound they become these internal benchmarks. Nothing else quite measures up.
Oof. And then we get part of the collection. This one delivers that absolutely devastating realization.
Gut punch time.
That you were just another on your list, a souvenir in someone's emotional trophy case. Your phone's a gallery of girls who thought they knew you. That imagery is just brutal.
So stark, so painful.
To feel unique, special, only to find out you're a part of a pattern. It's a profound betrayal.
It's incredibly painful because it just shatters that illusion of individuality, of deep connection. That gallery of girls image reduces intimate relationships to, like, exhibits, trophies.
Dehumanizing.
Totally. It speaks directly to the psychological damage done by serial dating or collecting partners, where genuine emotional investment from one person is met with this manipulative or emotionally detached pattern from the other.
A blow to your self-worth.
Huge blow. When you realize you weren't seen as unique, just interchangeable. And the music supports it too. That subtle kind of melancholic guitar line really underscores that feeling of disposable affection.
You said I was more, maybe you meant it, but you can't stop, you're too deep in it. That line shows this almost empathetic understanding for the person who hurt her.
Yeah, she sees their brokenness too.
Recognizing their pattern, their inability to break free, but it absolutely doesn't excuse the damage they cause.
Not at all.
It's a really mature yet heartbreaking perspective, being collateral damage in someone else's unresolved stuff.
It's a common pattern for people with their own attachment issues, right? Using a revolving door of partners to avoid real intimacy or facing their own demons. It's a tough lesson sometimes. It's not about you. It's about their inability to truly commit or love. And Tala just articulates that so clearly.
It does acknowledge the perpetrator's own issues, which, doesn't absolve them, but gives more nuanced view.
Right. It's a sophisticated emotional insight, recognizing some people are just trapped in their own destructive cycles, incapable of healthy, singular attachments. Tala sees his actions came from his own compulsion, which, while hurtful, isn't a reflection of her worth.
It's painful but necessary for her own healing, that detachment. 4. Vulnerability, self-worth, and healing in progress.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Superpowers. This song dives into that intense conflict between how people see you strong, capable, and that profound internal emptiness.
The mask.
They call me strong, but they don't know what it takes to even play the part. Man, that line hit me hard. It's the burden of being the strong friend, right? Always holding it together for everyone else, the one everyone leans on.
Oh, absolutely. That resonates deeply.
This is such a critical look at the huge emotional labor so many people, especially women, carry. Projecting that image of unwavering strength, it's incredibly heavy. It often means just systematically pushing down your own vulnerabilities, your own needs.
Yeah, you feel like you're not allowed to break.
Exactly. The lines, I lift everyone, but who lifts me? I'm magic, but baby, I'm empty. Just perfectly capture the mental health side of constantly giving without receiving. It shows that invisible toll of being the emotional rock for others, the exhaustion of performing strength.
We've all been there, haven't we? putting on the brave face, telling everyone I'm fine, even when you're crumbling inside.
Mm.
And then you quietly wonder, who do I turn to? Who takes care of me? It's utterly exhausting. It's a profound commentary on the isolation that can come with being seen as unbreakable.
Totally. Psychologically, constantly projecting strength and ignoring your own needs. It leads to burnout, resentment, this deep sense of loneliness, even when you're surrounded by people. This song is such a poignant reminder. Even the strongest among us need support, need permission to be vulnerable.
It really underscores the importance of self-compassion and boundaries.
Huge boundaries. The magic she has is her capacity to cope and give, yeah, but it doesn't come without a massive cost. It's a powerful statement against that pressure to always be on or fine. It advocates for honesty, compassion for our own struggles, and her vocal delivery here, it sounds almost weary, amplifying that emotional weight.
Okay, now, If You Let Me. This one's unique, right? Because it started as a private, unfinished draft by DLB.
Yeah, that backstory is incredible.
And Tala took it and transformed it. She flipped the narrative not from heartbreak, but from hope.
That's amazing. Taking someone else's unfinished pain and breathing new meaning into it.
It really is. The song offers this beautiful picture of patience, unconditional presence and love. If you let me, I'll stay even when the world walks away. That's such a powerful, quiet promise. It resonates so deeply.
This song is just a profound testament to the trust and collaboration within 11SIX Music.
You can feel it.
DLB's original draft, described as just these unfinished lyrics from a quiet, honest moment, became this emotional canvas for Tala. And by letting her write the ending of his story and left it untouched, Daniel Bates, as DLB, showed incredible trust in her vision, her emotional intelligence.
Huge gesture.
Her version transforms his raw vulnerability into this potent message of hope, not just for him, but for anyone who's guarded, showing that even deep hurt can find comfort in unwavering acceptance.
And the lyrics, you ain't hard to love, not to me, not you. Oh my God, that's such a beautiful balm for someone who's been hurt repeatedly.
So healing.
Someone who maybe believes they're unlovable or too difficult. It's that unconditional acceptance that just gently, slowly chips away at the walls built from past pain.
Yeah.
It's about seeing the inherent worth in someone, despite their trauma, and offering a love that's patient, soft, true. It's the direct opposite of those toxic, self-sacrificing cycles we heard earlier. A real turning point.
It's a radical act of empathy, genuine understanding. The song doesn't demand anything. It just offers presence, unwavering understanding.
It's for the guarded heart.
Exactly. For the one who doesn't believe they're lovable, sung without force, without expectation. It's a mirror reflecting unconditional acceptance. That's vital for allowing someone to finally put down the weight they've been carrying. And the gentle, almost ethereal music supports that feeling of reassurance.
Following that thread of earned intimacy, Only You, My Way of Loving, talks about only showing your most honest side to someone who's truly earned it.
Right. That privilege.
I give the part I never let go. Only you get this version of me.
Yeah.
That's deep, because when you've been hurt, you learn almost instinctively to guard those most vulnerable pieces of yourself.
It becomes a precious gift.
It speaks directly to that slow, deliberate, courageous process of building real trust after a history of emotional wounds. The most honest side isn't just telling the truth. It's revealing the raw, unedited self.
The person who crumbles slow when no one sees.
Exactly. It's a testament to the safety and deep understanding found in a truly secure, empathetic connection. And the delicate harmonies on this track really reflect that intimate revelation.
And the understanding she described, you don't ask me to explain, you just hold me through the rain. That's what we all crave, right?
Fundamentally, yes.
Not explanations, not fixing, not solutions. Just presence, acceptance, someone seeing your pain and just being there without judgment, without needing to intellectualize it.
That's the kind of intimacy that actually heals.
It's the ultimate sign you don't need to perform or pretend. You can just be in your fullest, most vulnerable state.
It's the hallmark of secure attachment, isn't it? That rare, precious ability to be truly seen and accepted, no strings attached.
Absolutely. After past hurts where maybe vulnerability was exploited or dismissed, finding someone who just holds space. It's revolutionary. It lets you heal deeper because it dismantles that core belief that you always have to be strong or explain your pain to be worthy of love. It's a quiet revelation of peace.
And finally in this section, tightrope. Such a perfect metaphor for that daily balancing act of healing, navigating life after big changes.
Nailed the metaphor.
I walk tightrope, high above doubt, I might stumble, but I won't bow out.
Uh-huh.
That's resilience right there.
Encapsulated.
It captures the non-linear, often messy reality of healing so beautifully. Balance ain't pretty, balance ain't clean. That is such a powerful, relatable truth.
So true.
It just destroys that myth that healing is this smooth, graceful journey to some fixed endpoint. Instead, it's shown as a daily struggle, a constant recalibration, acknowledging that even when you've made progress, there will be stumbles, moments of vulnerability, maybe even steps backward.
And the music reflects that too, right? That subtle pulsating rhythm gives it that feeling of constant, careful movement. Yeah, it does. It connects so perfectly back to the album's whole message, allowing pain to exist without needing to fix it. Healing isn't about erasing the pain or pretending it didn't happen.
It's about learning to live with it.
Exactly. Learning to walk that line. Understanding that breaking doesn't mean you bow out. It's about self-acceptance right in the middle of the messiness. It's a constant struggle to stay upright. And that's not just okay, it's the actual work of growth. Finding grace in the struggle. V-roots, resilience, and reclaiming power. Tala Diwata's identity.
Okay, let's talk about the incredible track From My Mother's Mouth. This song is just steeped in inherited wisdom, these profound, almost sacred lessons passed down.
So powerful.
The line, silence was not submission, it was strategy. That's a game changer for me. It completely reframes what silence can mean, especially for women navigating tricky situations.
It totally shifts the narrative around female quietness. Often silence gets misread as weakness, right? Compliance, conformity, especially in more patriarchal contexts.
Yeah, definitely.
But here, it's reframed as this deliberate, potent act, a strategic choice, a way to observe, protect your energy, gather strength, figure things out before you act.
Wow. Strategic silence.
This kind of inherited wisdom, especially from her Filipino heritage, often carries the weight of generations of women who navigated complex dynamics with resilience and this quiet knowing power. It's a beautiful look at how ancestral wisdom guides personal growth, empowers you to redefine your own strength.
And the advice she shares. Love him if you must, Anik, but never lose your name in the process.
Ah, yes.
And don't give your truth to people who can't carry it. It's not just wisdom, it's like a blueprint for self-preservation. Emotional Boundaries 101.
Absolutely crucial.
And that Tagalog phrase she includes, Anak, huwag mong ibigay ang puso mo sa hindi marunong magdasal. It translates to, child, do not give your heart to someone who does not know how to pray. It's not literal prayer, right? It feels deeper.
Oh, much deeper. It's about respect, reverence, handling something sacred.
Yeah, giving your heart to someone who genuinely values it, who understands its sanctity, treats it with care and respect. This song beautifully weaves in that multi-generational impact of resilience, showing how ancestral wisdom really guides self-worth.
Precisely. It's about recognizing emotional capacity and integrity in others. Not knowing how to pray in this context means a fundamental lack of reverence, an inability to cherish or respect something as sacred as someone else's heart.
Don't give it to someone careless.
Exactly. It's a powerful lesson in discernment, a vital guide for protecting your most vulnerable self from those who would misuse or diminish it. This song shows how a mother's wisdom can be this steady guiding light, teaching us not just survival, but how to thrive and set our own boundaries with grace and strength. And the subtle traditional sounds woven in grounds that ancestral wisdom.
Moving to Tala Ngabi, which means Star of the Night. Her artist name, Tala Diwata, muse, spirit, star. This song feels like the embodiment of that, her evolution.
Total self-actualization moment.
I'm not just a star, I'm the sky you ride into. Wow. That's a powerful metaphor for her presence, her impact, claiming her entire space.
It's such an intentional, deeply personal weaving of her identity into her art. And the line, Natuto kong lumiwanag kahit walang bituin, I learned to shine even without stars. That's a profound declaration of self-reliance, inner strength.
Yeah, generating her own light.
It speaks to her whole journey, right? From that remote island in the Philippines to being a global artist, carrying her heritage not as a burden or just a label, but as her core strength. It's not about external validation, not relying on others to light her up. It's about this innate, self-generated brilliance that shines no matter what.
And from a branding perspective, how brilliant is it to use her birth name, Lianna, and her stage name, Tala Diwata, throughout the album, leading to a song like this?
Masterful storytelling.
It's not just music. It's this powerful statement of identity growth, unapologetic self-actualization. It reinforces that her art is deeply rooted in who she is, where she's from, and where she's powerfully going. Daniel Bates' whole vision for 11S SciX supports this kind of personal, identity-driven art. fostering an environment where artists can truly embody their truth.
It's a perfect example of intentional artistic branding and cohesive storytelling. An artist's name, especially one as rich as Tala Diwata, becomes intrinsically linked with their message, their journey. Tala crystallizes that journey, establishes her as a guiding light, not just for herself, but for listeners who see her as an emblem of resilience. It shows 11SIX knows how to build an artist persona authentically, letting their true self shine through the music, not crafting something fake.
And then the ultimate self-love anthem closes it out. For the girl I was. This is just a profound letter of forgiveness and pride to her past self.
So moving.
I forgive you for breaking just to be held. I'm proud of you. This is just, wow. So many of us carry such deep shame for past decisions, for breaking, for doing whatever we needed just to survive, just to feel seen.
It's a deeply cathartic release, a radical act of self-forgiveness. We often judge our past selves so harshly, right? With the wisdom we have now.
Totally. Hindsight is brutal.
This song acknowledges that the girl I was did what she could with what she knew and had at the time. It's about integrating those past experiences, not discarding them or holding resentment. It's a crucial, liberating step in healing. Embrace every version of yourself, even the broken ones, because they led you here. And the gentle, almost lullaby quality of the music reinforces that compassion.
And those closing lines are just knockout. You lived so I could finally breathe. You broke so I could be free. You're not forgotten, you live in me. For the girl I was, you were sacred to me.
Chills every time.
That's not just forgiveness, it's reverence. Honoring the struggle, the pain, the breaking that ultimately allowed for this growth, this liberation. It's like she's saying every mistake, every heartbreak, every fall.
Yeah.
It was all necessary.
So it was all sacred.
Yeah, because it built the person I am today. And it's such a powerful reminder to ourselves. Don't disown those past versions of you. They're a vital part of you. They're the foundation. And that, too, is sacred.
It's a profound realization that liberation comes through acknowledgement and acceptance, not erasure. The girl I was isn't discarded history. She's an intrinsic, cherished part of her current self, deserving honor and gratitude. It's the ultimate statement of self-worth and a truly powerful, resonant ending to an album all about healing and progress. It perfectly embodies the whole journey she takes us on. 6. Additional context and connections.
Wow. Okay, before we wrap this incredible deep dive, let's quickly touch on some of Tala's other powerful work and how it all connects. We have to talk about her single, Beneath the Silence.
Oh, definitely. Crucial track.
This isn't just love gone wrong. It feels deeper. It's this raw exploration of trauma, hidden wounds, and the courage it takes to break a profound silence. That line, this isn't love gone wrong. This is deeper than a wound. It's wounds you can't see. It speaks directly to mental health, right? To those invisible scars.
Beneath the Silence is absolutely a raw, courageous look at a different kind of pain. Not just heartbreak, but those insidious, unseen wounds of trauma and suppression. It's a powerful anthem for anyone who's suffered in silence, trapped by pressure to stay quiet.
Yeah, keeping secrets that eat you up.
The lyrics really resonate with that struggle of reclaiming your voice after being taught to pretend or hide deep wounds. It's a vital piece of her work, especially for talking so openly about mental health, breaking cycles of abuse or emotional suppression, and the haunting vocal delivery amplifies that message of quiet suffering and eventual freedom.
And Club Concessionals from the Neon Bonds soundtrack, where she sings as the character Luxe, exploring hustle, hidden pain, vulnerability in the nightlife world.
Yes, such an important track.
It beautifully humanizes those experiences, right? Peels back the performance layers to show the raw truth underneath. It's about seeing past the persona to the reality of the hustle, understanding the choices people make to survive. It's not glamorous, it's revealing. Empathetic.
Precisely. It humanizes something often oversimplified or judged, makes listeners look past surface perceptions.
Yeah.
Spotlight burns while the city pretends, neon don't judge me, it's where it all ends. That speaks to the huge emotional toll of selling an illusion, the constant performance, the vulnerability beneath.
Yeah.
It urges you to look beyond judgment, acknowledge the dignity and complex realities of people's lives, how they survive. Perfectly aligns with the 11SIX ethos of uncovering real human stories.
And then there's Reply to Say to You, her direct musical response to DLB's songs, Say to You and Say to You Again.
The conversation tracks. Love those.
It's not just a song. It's like a real-time conversation playing out between two artists through their music. Witnessing a relationship unfold and evolve through lyrics creates this incredible artistic dialogue within the 11SIX world.
It's a brilliant example of how Daniel Bates and 11SIX foster these interconnected narratives. It showcases this unique, almost theatrical aspect of their storytelling, Artists responding to each other's work, creating a richer, layered universe of shared experiences.
Makes the listening experience so immersive.
Totally. It's
Yeah.
not just individual albums. It's this ongoing, evolving narrative that feels incredibly personal if you're following their journeys. Shows the trust and collaborative freedom defining the label.
And her version of DLB's tired of running that raw, street-level honesty, addressing mental health so directly, like bipolar lifts you high, then you crash hard as hell.
So real.
And that relentless grind, the hustle, the hardest vibe we always appreciate, it just comes through so clearly. A stark reminder that success isn't easy, often comes with deep, unseen personal battles.
Tala's version gives such a powerful voice to that relentless cycle of struggle, the profound exhaustion that comes with it. It's a raw, unvarnished look at the reality for those constantly grinding, striving.
Yeah, the cost.
Her performance highlights those invisible battles, the weight of expectations, the need to survive, the devastating toll on your psyche. It really resonates with that appreciation for the hustle, reminding us of the unseen burdens people carry. A powerful statement on mental health within the context of ambition.
It's so clear that Daniel Bates's whole vision for 11SIX music is about supporting this diverse art, letting artists like Tala express these deeply personal stories with total authenticity.
Absolutely.
And the consistent production from Hustle Harmonics, DLB, Mikanami, G.A. Seo, they really shape that sound, that cinematic, atmospheric feel. The spacious mixes that let the raw vocals and emotion shine.
They definitely have a signature sound, those subtle layered synths, the minimalist but impactful beats that never overpower the voice.
And the contributions from others like DJ Raviwar and Joy Iannes, who co-produced Sincerely, Lianna, right. It shows the strength of that tight-knit collaborative ecosystem.
Yeah, Joy Eons' contribution feels really significant on this album. It underscores Daniel Bates's vision, building a collective where artists genuinely support and amplify each other's unique voices, creating this powerful platform for raw, unfiltered storytelling that connects on a deeply human level.
And Tala Diwata, being the flagship artist, the first signing, she really sets that incredibly high bar for the kind of authentic, soul-bearing music 11SIX is known for.
She absolutely embodies it, paved the way.
Wow. Okay, we went deep. And honestly, Sincerely, Lianna is an album that it transcends simple heartbreak. It's this powerful story of self-discovery, resilience, unapologetic authenticity.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting over something. It's about understanding it, holding space for it, and letting it fundamentally change you.
It truly is a masterclass in emotional transparency, radical self-acceptance. Tala doesn't just sing about her pain, she invites you right into her process of navigating it.
Yeah, the journey itself.
Showing that healing isn't some neat destination, but this ongoing, often messy, deeply personal journey. It's about finding incredible power in acknowledging and embracing your whole truth.
So as you go about your day, or maybe as you're sitting with your thoughts tonight, I want you to ask yourself, what truths are you still whispering? What's ready to be finally sung out loud?
Yeah. What parts of yourself have you been kind of editing down or hiding for other people that you're finally ready to love fully, ready to claim as sacred?
This episode is powered by NeonKore Media for stories they said were too real to tell.